What's up, YouTube? We just got back from the Coop, Shannon Campbell's new shop, and it's north of here. The whole drive was rained. Check this out, dude. I brought it home. To Phoenix for everybody. Parking lot flooded again. Coming into the parking lot like a river. Filling up. It's like the second time in like a month. So anyway, let's get this footage off this camera and rip through some stuff at the Coop. You've heard the name on the channel before. That's because this team is out of Phoenix, or was out of Phoenix, and then moved up north towards Sholo. 3-time winner of King of the Hammers, and a bunch of podiums in the Ultra 4 series. This guy knows how to build. What an opportunity. You saw the car at the show. Here it is after King of the Hammers, all ripped down and right there ready for me to just check out every single detail. So how did this happen? The key was I've been interacting with their channel, and by chance it actually hit my feed at a time that I would see it. Here's this invite for a chance to come in, check out the shop. I'm thinking it's gonna be like an hour long, and it's like half the day, maybe because it's raining. Either way, I'm stoked. Check this out. Look at it, ask questions. What an amazing opportunity. Like I keep saying, you have to be involved, reach out, get into it. This was awesome. So if you haven't done it by now, go check out his channel. Such rich content. Tips and tricks on fabricating, talking about racing. I'm hooked. So when I got the chance to walk through this, I'm in. Here we're looking at the FJ Cruiser that they built. Looks like a Jeep, but it's got a Toyota body. Right behind it, there's the race car. All ripped apart and beat from the last King of the Hammers and Crandon. We've got a set of CV axles in the shop, so here I am checking these out, wondering how they get them out without being so greasy. Turns out there's stub shafts on both ends of these. How do I know that? I asked. I was talking about whether or not they grease the rack and how. And then how they keep dirt from sticking to it, what the procedure is. So amazing. Thank you. Cannot thank them enough for opening their home and making this happen. My treasured takeaway was learning about the logistics and the mentality behind the race program itself. Look at, there's stacks of tires everywhere, stacks of rims. Engines out, ready to go back to the builder. We were talking gears. This kind of stuff doesn't just happen. And it was amazing to hear the method behind the madness. Regarding this channel, one of the things that I would love to point out is just the attention to detail. Everything's shiny, everything's coated, everything's painted. The fit and finish on everything is pristine. Different from like perfect welds of a trophy truck, but just a great everyday off-roading thing. For example, I'm the weirdo filming inside the wheel well, but look at this. There's a ground strap on the fuel filler because it's isolated by rubber and not directly touching the body. Who does that? Let me rephrase. It's not who does that. It's who gets to that point in their build where it's this refined. That's amazing. You don't even see this at SEMA. Look at this interior. Beautiful. Again, you can see this build chronicled on their YouTube channel. Another thing to point out is this whole truck was built in the span of a few months. I thought that was just amazing. And in inquiring about it, Shannon was saying that he has built and raced a truck within 30 days. I mean, how? I can't even order parts and get them within 30 days. It's hard to get past just how massive everything is, and I love being perplexed. Here's an example. Why are there quick pins on the side of the truck? So there's this one, and then there's this one. And then you zoom out and realize that's how easy it is to get that back seat out and put your cooler in. So if the cooler has the same pattern, out comes the seat, in goes the cooler. Regarding fit and finish, check out these brake lines. All stainless, all perfectly routed, highest level of thought considered, removable, serviceable. I'm looking at choice of hardware, how did you mount it? I love studying design elements. Did you hide the welds? Did you show them? So the transitions between the bumper and these end pieces, along with the countersunk 12 points and windows. Here's something interesting. Check out how these limit straps are mounted. They're double shear but with a bolted connection. Since we're coming back to the race car, when I say this thing is broken down, look at this. There's not much left in there. Imagine doing that every time you used your car. I love seeing how it gets used, what gets hammered, what needs to come off, what can stay on. Doesn't get any better than this. After watching the channel for quite a while, a huge component of it is the fabrication tips and tricks. The comment section of the videos are pretty good, but being able to interact in real time is invaluable. I learned so much in such a short amount of time. Something I picked up a long time ago, you could really learn a lot about not only what tools somebody uses, but how they're organized, how quickly accessible they are. Is this a person you would call if you needed help? That's the storm that we've been running from. We timed it perfectly to get through the twisties by sunrise, but the overcast and it's gonna be a while before that sun is bright enough to really kind of light everything up. But I mean, look at this scenery and landscape and lightning. I mean, man, we could have got some great shots. Maybe we still can here. I'm a little early, but that's where the road goes, way down there and rips through. Oh, it's so hot in Arizona. Dude, I'm freezing. I have shorts. Should have brought a raincoat. Anyway. Our beautiful detail job just trashed. Drove through this mining town that was flooded out, and all the mining, that really fine silt that's in the air ends up in the town because they always build the towns in the valley. It's crazy. I don't know why they do it, but that's what they do. Catch some more lightning here. Dude, people ripping like this. Cranking around corners. There's got to be so many people that die on this road. But the mist and the cliffs. We do have the better camera and the better lens, but sometimes you win, sometimes you don't. Let's get back on the road.